now our second inductee, Vernon Moore. Vernon played basketball at Creighton from 1981 to 1985 and then played professionally in the Dominican Republic and Venezuela for 6 years. Vernon has been a special education teacher since then in the Queens, Jamaica area of New York City. He earned a master's degree in education from New Rochelle and is currently a special ed teacher, also hosting basketball clinics at the local Y, running the Y After School program. In basketball, Vernon was an honorable mention All-American in 1985, was the 58th pick in the 1985 NBA draft. He is in the top 10 in Creighton in points scored, field goal percentage. His career field goal percentage is 58.5, which is unbelievable for a guard. He's in the top 10 in free throws, assists, and steals. He is the only player in Creighton history to do so, to be in the top 10 in points, assists, and steals. His records in points were before the three-point line was instituted in 1987, but in 1984-85, Vernon shot 64.7% from the field as a guard. Today's basketball has lost the mid-range game, but Vernon was simply the best mid-range jump shooter that I have seen in all my career at Creighton. Think about that, 64.7% from the field as a guard. He also took the punishment and got to the free throw line, and in today's game, Vernon would still be an outstanding player. The 2017 Creighton University Hall of Fame inductee, Vernon Moore.
Wow. Them statistics was pretty amazing. I didn't know it was that good. But Bruce, that was definitely a great introduction. Me and Bruce go way back. I mean, Bruce was always, just a tremendous guy. I'd like to first congratulate all the other honorees, all the student athletes. I want to give you guys a round of applause. I think you guys did a great job, and you guys were really well dressed. Back in the days when we came out, we wasn't dressed like you guys. Give yourselves a hand. You guys were just well dressed. Give them a hand. I mean, these guys were sharp. The young ladies looked beautiful. You guys really, I thought I was at a fashion show. But first, I'd like to thank God for giving me this opportunity to receive this award. Next, I'd like to thank Bruce Rasmussen and the entire Creighton community for selecting me to receive such a prestigious honor. I mean, when Kevin Saber called me, I was just truly elated. I was like, wow. I said, this is like a great honor, to be considered a Hall of Famer for Creighton University. I mean, I was just ecstatic. I didn't know what to do. I'd like to thank my family for their love and support, my parents for always encouraging me to follow my dreams, and my friends right here, for taking times from their busy schedules to celebrate this achievement with me. I appreciate that, guys, and I love you all. Reggie came from Kansas City. Greg's here from UNO. I got Mike, Marty, Maya, Melly, his daughters. They came all the way from Alaska. Now, I don't know if they came just because it was maybe at dark all the time and they wanted to get out of the dark. I don't know. But hey, I'm glad they came. I also like to thank my wife for coming, Taniqua. I told her we was going to Omaha. She looked at me and said, "What?" I said, "We're going to Omaha. They inducted me into the Hall of Fame." She was like, "Okay, well, what is there to do there?" I was like, "Come on, it's be a lot of fun." So she was a little reluctant, act like she didn't want to come. So we came in Friday, came through, where did we come through? Came through Charlotte, missed our connecting flight, had to stay in Charlotte overnight. Yeah, that wasn't fun. So we finally made it to Omaha. Her and Mike's wife, Maya, got together. I don't even think we was at the hotel 30, 45 minutes before they was out in the mall shopping. So she comes back, then she goes, "Hey, this is not a bad place after all." After she has about like 8 shopping bags in there. I didn't ask her how much she spent yet. I don't even want to know. But I want to thank you and I appreciate you guys for coming out for me. I had the opportunity to tour the campus yesterday. Me and Mike. Wow. I went to Swanson Hall, to Brandeis where we used to eat. When I was in Brandeis, we used to go down, it was like a soup line. Come down, take your tray, get your food and go. Now it's like basically like a gourmet restaurant. Went to the Keywood Center. Keywood Center was different. Went and looked at, seen the new soccer field, seen the baseball arena, came here, seen the girls' gym. Then I went to the men's practice facility. Wow. I just went through there, just unbelievable, just incredible. I mean, I've been to the New York Knicks practice facility on many occasions, and they'd be pissed off if they seen this facility. They would actually be mad. They'd be like, "Is this a college? We're a pro organization, and they got a facility like this?" I mean, it was, wow. I was just amazed by just the whole thing. Then I had a little flashback. I had a flashback to my practice facility. Now, everybody knows the old gym, you knew what that practice facility was like. Bruce was the women's coach. Bruce, y'all used to come in there before us or after us to practice. So Reggie knows, Mark Jones. Oh, Mark Jones was also here. Teammate of mine, Mark. Glad that you came out and supported me. I appreciate it, buddy. It was just the old gym. The old gym. Let me just give you a brief history of the old gym. Where we practice, guys, you student athletes, trust me, you guys should be grateful right now. Because we practiced in the old gym. They had an old track going around it. I don't think we ever ran on it because if we did, we probably would have fell through it. So I don't think nobody ever went up there. That was off limits. So nobody never really went up there. But in the wintertime, it used to be so cold in this place. Bruce will tell you, remember, we used to literally practice with our sweat hoods on. I mean, that's how cold it was. I mean, it was, but you know what? We had nothing else, and that's all we knew, and we got through it, and we did what we had to do. But you guys, that gym, wow, fabulous. You guys did an excellent job in developing these things around here. I was just fascinated. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my former coach, Willis Reed. I talked to Willis. He wanted to come, but he's dealing with some medical issues right now, so he couldn't make it. He just told me how proud of me he was and everything, things like that. But Willis was the reason why I ended up here. I thought I was going to St. John's or Boston College. Marquette was looking at me in Virginia, but I didn't want to go to Marquette. I didn't want to go to Wisconsin. So Make a long story short, Willis, he was an assistant coach at St. John's. And called my high school coach one day and said, Coach, I heard you got a pretty good play over there. So he said, I just got the head coaching job at Creighton University. I'd like to come take a look at him. So my coach comes to my classroom, takes me out of class, takes me down to his office. He's like, guess what? Guess who just called? I'm like, okay. He's like, the captain. I'm like, okay. Who's the captain? He said, you don't know who the captain is? I'm like, no. It's like Willis Reed. Willis Reed, the captain, New York Knicks, 2 championships, 1970, 1973. He's New York basketball. I said, yeah, I heard of Willis Reed, okay. But, Willis, he was known as the captain. He was basically idol in New York. The only 2 championships New York has ever won, Willis Reed was the catalyst behind it. In 1970 and 73, I was too young. I didn't really know I didn't really know Willis Reed, the captain, and this and that. I didn't know all of that. So he was like, all right. He said he's going to come down to the championship game. I was like, okay, no problem. I was like, well, where's this school at again? Omaha, Nebraska. I was like, Omaha, Nebraska? You didn't tell me all of that. So Willis comes to the game. It's at St. John's. It's a good game. I had a pretty decent game. We did lose. That's another story. Came to the locker room, talked to a few of us. That then said to me, he said, that was a great game you played, son. I said, thank you. He said, I'd love to have you out at Creighton University. I said, okay. I'll talk to my parents, things like that. Make a long story short, Willis made an arrangement to come see my people, came to my house. Came to the house, pulled up. As soon as he got out the car, all my neighbors just mobbed him. Oh, it's the captain. The captain's here. The captain. So we looking outside, out the window. We see all these people mobbing him, getting autographs and things like that. So finally gets into the house. He's talking to my parents, gives them, some brochures on Creighton University, telling me about the school, how great of an academic institution it is and everything. So he leaves. Before he can even drive off, my father goes, you going with the captain, right? I'm like, huh? What do you mean am I going with the captain? I'm trying to stay home. I'm going to St. John's. I'm thinking I'm going to St. John's, Boston College, somewhere close. He's like, oh, no, you got to go with the captain. So go back to school the next day. Coach is like, you going with the captain, right? I'm like, what is this with this captain thing? So I end up taking a visit. I come down for a visit, meet all the guys, Mark Jones, President Hand, who was it? Who else were some of the players? Darryl Stovall. Darryl Stovall, he resides in Omaha. Darryl, anybody that knows Darryl remembers Darryl was the ultimate athlete. This guy played basketball, he played baseball, he did it all. He did it all. I mean, he was just such an unbelievable athlete. I was trying to locate him. I was trying to get him here tonight, but it seems like this guy's been in Omaha for over 52 years and nobody sees him. Anybody that knows Darryl was always a quiet guy, stayed to himself. But 52 years and there's not a sighting of you? Wow. That was something. So once I came back, got off the plane, father picked me up. Didn't even get my bags yet. Going with the captain? Going with the captain? I'm sitting there just shaking my head like, are you serious? Captain needs you. Captain needs you. You got to go. Now I'm sitting here wondering, like, does he want me to go with the captain or he just wants to get me out the house? It started confusing me. So, we come home, go back to school the next day. I'm in the lunchroom. with some of my high school players. Coach comes to me. I'm sitting there getting ready to eat something. So, how was your visit? You going with the captain? So I finally just said, you know what? I said, you know what? Yes, I think I'm gonna go with the captain. So he called Willis that day, talked to him. I said, Coach, I'm signing. I'm going to Creighton University with you. You know, it just seemed like everybody around me was giving me subliminal messages. I figured I just might as well go. But you know what? What's the funny thing about it was, it probably was one of the best choices I ever made in my life. I mean, coming to Omaha, Nebraska, as a 17-year-old kid from New York, and having Creighton take me in as one of their own, it was just truly gratifying for me, and it's something that I will always appreciate and cherish for the rest of my life. And I want to thank you guys for giving me that opportunity. And I just want to say, you know, just to be here with you guys today, it was just something special. And it's just something I'll never forget. But last thing I want to say is to the student athletes. Just want to give you a little quote. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. In other words, work hard and play hard. Thank you very much.